Making Dylan hate drama. Guys, welcome back to another episode of Mike and Dylan Hate Drama, where we read people's submissions and then give them advice.
It's so fancy now. We got 3 cameras back again.
It is so fancy. Bam, bam, bam. Look, doing all the. I'm gonna be looking at all of them throughout the whole podcast. So I don't know. We got any updates on anything?
Next week, or actually, technically, it'll be this weekend. We'll be doing the 48-hour film festival.
It's not technically this weekend. It's technically next weekend.
No.
Because you said technically this weekend, which would mean Saturday.
Well, for those listening, it'll be this weekend.
Oh fuck, yeah.
Never. So technically,
the people stupid, listening, bro. I am. I'm pretty dumb
because this is Friday, and so this won't come out until Monday, and then people will hear it on Monday. It'll be this weekend.
Calm down. Just
and then for people that listen to it like a year from now, it'll be a year ago.
It already happened. I wonder if people do listen to podcasts from like a year ago.
I mean, we get a lot of comments on the old episodes.
Maybe we
people start from the beginning or start from the most recent and go backwards. I don't know which way people go.
All right. So yeah, today we have a bunch of submissions. We got a good amount. The two daddies we're going to record after this has got a book.
Yeah.
A whole pamphlet.
Well, and they had sent me just the actual like Redditor's name, and so I went to look for it, and there was like 18 updates. I think this one goes up to 16. I didn't really care about the last 2, as in like it's already 13 pages. So but I was like,
did you read the last 2 updates?
I did not read any of the updates.
Maybe that is the one where the big thing happens at the end.
I mean, it's recent, like it's now. It's going on now.
Oh, it's going on now? Yeah, okay. No, this is different. But the last time there was a similar story like that on Reddit. So the story we're reading tomorrow on Two Daddies Judging Baddies. A husband catches his wife cheating, getting some side dick, some side salami, and he knows about it. She doesn't know that he knows. I've not read the story, but I was like, there's a similar story where a husband finds out his wife is cheating, and he puts all his ducks in a row, leaves her, takes the kid, or doesn't take the kids. They got like shared custody of the kids, and she ends up fucking killing the kids, which is just rough. It is rough.
And then he kills her.
No, I don't understand. Like, once my kids are gone.
Yeah, there's nothing keeping.
Right. I'm going in the courtroom with the Gatling gun and I'm fucking you up.
Yeah, no, I'm paying off guards to get in the prison. Like, I'm finding a way to get to that chick. She is not safe in custody.
I'm going through surgeries. I'm getting my dick and balls taken off, whole vagina put on, some boobs.
Yeah,
I'm
name change.
Yeah. Hell yeah, I'm coming after you. All right, so we're going to get into the first one. I guess this one's a pretty good one.
Yeah, this is from.
Oh, this is they said screenshots.
Oh yeah, this is a listener that is very prolific on our YouTube. So
Emily.
Yeah.
Oh, shout out Emily! Look at that.
Well, it's her family, so we might want to watch.
It's Emily. It's Emily.
Yeah.
So there's so many Emilys out there
that comment on our shows.
Yes. Well, I mean. I think it'll be okay.
Yeah.
So this says a tale of 2 screenshots, submission for MADHD, or really Mike and Dylan love politics. Yeah. I mean, we should make that though. And I love our centrist view is just, instead of bringing everybody together, it just pisses everybody off.
Every side.
But it's good listen, so all right. Hey, it's me again. Sorry. My husband and I joke that every time you guys mention our female fans on YouTube, you're actually just talking about me. My level of parasocial attachment to this podcast has escalated to the point when this real life juicy family drama dropped, I had 2 immediate reactions. 1, share it to my in-laws group chat. 2, share it with your entire podcast audience.
Thank you.
We love you, Emily. So yeah, my cousin is probably going to murder me, justified, but here's the lowdown. My extremely MAGA QAnon aunt and uncle just so happened to live next door to the leader of our local Democratic Party. Yep, I said leader. Recently attended our local fair with "Is he dead yet?" stickers that had Trump's face on them or some shit. Didn't see for myself, so tensions are high in the sleepy little town. Attached, well, in the link are 2 screenshots of a recent altercation. We're going to read these screenshots, by the way, with rare both sides of the story. First is the Democratic leader neighbor. Second is my aunt. The state of politics in our country is one neighborhood nutshell. For context, the houses are very close together, so I do believe you do not need to be literally creeping at someone's window to overhear a loud conversation, but my uncle is also literally crazy, so enjoy. So he's literally, yeah, good.
They're talking
I do
about.
not believe that currently both parties are threatening to sue the other. So cool thing about Emily
You
too is
do or do not believe?
I do believe. Okay, I
Okay.
do believe. I
Yeah.
said I do not believe. Look, Dylan, shout out Dylan for making this podcast watchable.
It'd just be weird. Like, I do not believe they're suing each other. Why? Like, I wouldn't expect them to sue each other, but
Yeah,
I do believe they're suing each other is spicy.
I do not believe
tidbit.
he is going to go home and eat a spicy tuna sandwich. Well,
Why'd you say that?
well, why'd you even assume it? Like, so the cool thing about Emily too is Emily is. I see a lot of Emily comments. So Emily's just like us, pretty right down the middle, adult that can formulate their own. I hate when people give like their political views, and it's just the political views that someone's told them. And it's like, well, this is just, my thought. They're not your thoughts. They are thoughts that were given to you by someone else. So I do. What was I could almost. Let me see if I can. So Emily on the last post, look, this is how much I look at this stuff and I remember people who, post and stuff like that. This shit means something to us. I know it means something to Dylan too, especially. But the Olga Kiev, K-Town.
Yeah.
K-Town.
K-Town.
She loved that one. So we're going to get into these screenshots now. And this one is person. Oh, I don't know which one's the Democrat and which one is
the first one is the Democratic leader, and then the second one is the...
All right, so this is the post from the Democratic leader. I was in my home having a conversation with friends about the assassination attempt on the president, and a neighbor was literally standing outside my living room window listening to my conversation. What? Okay. He then stood outside of my house and yelled, "Are you happy now?" My husband went out and said, "What?" He said, "Is she happy now?" My husband said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Charlie Kirk." He said, "Hell no, we have a lot more to He said, "Hell no, we have a lot more to go yet." Whether you feel this way or not, whether my husband meant it or not, we are in our home having a conversation to which a man was standing outside of my house, outside of my window listening to. He then became confrontational with my husband. Let me say, I don't believe in political violence. However, I wouldn't lose any sleep over some people, whether those government officials, families, or friends who pass on. But that is the great thing about living in the United States. We have that freedom. I do want to pause real quick and say, bro, I am so tired of just like every content creator, when Charlie Kirk died, they just came out, political violence is wrong. That's the most lukewarm. Everybody just took the most lukewarm, I want to make this video because I know it's going to get a bunch of clicks. And I know I can get a bunch of people agreeing with me, because even the people that disagree with me can't disagree with me openly.
Well, I think that's the thing, though, is it's the human take. Like, fucking killing somebody's wrong. It just is.
But there's nothing more human than killing somebody. We humans love killing things. My thing is, if you have a platform, Democrat or Republican, and your whole goal is to piss off the other side, if you get clapped by a little trans kid, it fucking happens. If you get clapped by a fucking redneck, it happens. You are going out there with the full knowledge that your whole net worth, persona, everything is pissing somebody off.
Yes, but words should not equal violence. Like,
right,
it
but
shouldn't.
that's the lukewarm take. I didn't touch it. I almost touched the mic. But that's common sense.
Yeah.
People making those videos, they just want to profit off of Charlie Kirk's death.
But you could take it that way, and yes, probably a lot of them, that is the motive on it. But however, I think one of the hardest things, though, is you do have people like, say, Barack Obama. Like, I had somebody that I worked with when George Bush Sr. died. And so they flew the flags at half staff. And he's like, "Why are they flying the flags at half staff?" I was like, George Bush Sr. died. And he's like, "So?" And I was like, when a president dies, like when somebody notable dies, they fly the flags at half staff. And he's like, "So they do that for Obama?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I wouldn't." And I'm like, why? Like, why are you so disrespectful to like somebody like that didn't physically, yes.
Right.
If the Middle Eastern countries were like, "Fuck Barack Obama because he bombed the shit out of us." Yes, that makes sense.
Imagine I made a video where I was just like, murder is wrong. Stealing stuff is wrong. Jaywalking is wrong. That's the same take that they are giving.
It's when like the fucking Black Lives Matter movement happened and George Floyd and all this stuff, saying that looting and fucking rioting is wrong it's an okay take. Like, it is, because it is legitimate to say, like, hey guys, maybe don't go about it that fucking way. Like, do it in a different way. That is wrong. And it is a lukewarm take, yes, but it is okay to come out and say, hey guys, don't fucking do that. Don't kill people because of what they said. He might have been racist, not racist. You can make that decision on your own, but killing the man is wrong. And it's okay to say, like, I am left wing and I think that killing Charlie Kirk was wrong. That's okay. Because then at least you're like stating like, I'm not celebrating that Charlie Kirk's dead. That's an okay take. Yes, people are trying to profit from that. And that is the shitty part. However, it's not a terrible thing to say like, hey, don't kill people because of what they believe.
I think the reason I cut you off so much is because, and look, someone is going to tally. I think it'll be either Steven, somebody who's like real in love with the podcast is going to tally.
V.Lynn is the one that
V.Lynn's going to do it. So someone's going to tally. We do need this database of how many times I do cut off Dylan. But then also in your data, collect how many times it felt like Dylan was done talking. I know there are some egregious times just in the middle of it, but like there was multiple times where you just like, and it's wrong. And then because it's right, and I'm like, it just felt like.
Yeah, but when you talk, like I let you get to the end of your point, and then you'll go into like a whole different side quest of a story, and I'm just sitting here waiting, like, when can we get back to the topic at hand? Like when you went off on that Panthers thing, I was like, there was a whole story you read, and then they said keep pounding, and you're like 5 minutes of Panthers before you even like circled back to the story.
I love the Panthers. Look.
Keep
30 to nothing on the Falcons. So hopefully we do good against the Patriots. Obviously, this is coming out the day after that game, so you will know whether Mike is happy or sad. But my favorite thing with the Black Lives Matter movement is this is in my big SJW phase. So, if you want to state your cause, if you want to create change, rioting is the worst way to go about it.
Rioting? Yeah.
No. So I was talking to my wife's friend. She's a super big liberal. And she was like, rioting's wrong. You don't know what it's like to be black. You need to learn. Wow, you are so problematic.
Was she black?
No, she's white. While she's saying this, she's having thoughts of just black people parading her and just like, you are the queen of black people.
We are allowed to riot. You're
Yes.
right. Thank you.
You can say the N-word. Only you. But
no hard R.
I was like, literally, like no riot has worked since the Stonewall riots in like the 60s. Nothing has created change. I mean, you saw with the Rodney King riot, which is like one of the biggest ones, most costliest ones. They got us free. Like it's like nothing happened, and nothing came from it. Honestly,
the thing that I loved about that, and it like I was obviously I was obviously too young for it, but like when Sublime made a song about April 26, 1992, they were talking about it like, and it wasn't about racist police. It wasn't about all this stuff. It was about people like needing like goods and stuff. So they saw that opportunity to go in and fucking steal diapers and whatever thing, food and stuff like that. It's once again economic. It's not, yes, killing or hurting, maiming a black guy. That's bad. Those racist cops should seek or like actually face justice.
Good take.
However,
hot take. Wow. Whoa. Pause.
But then like the people weren't going in there and like necessarily just destroying shit. They were like, oh, this is an opportunity for me to get shit that I need. Like, and so that's one of those things where people, they ascribe what they think it is. But like a lot of times people were all upset after Katrina because people were like, they're walking out with flat screen TVs. Yeah. Like the flat screen TVs aren't going to make it after the flood anyways. Like it's better that somebody keeps them out of the water and walks them right on out of there.
But also the government does stage a lot of stuff to show us that. Now, what I was going to say though, too, is imagine having a whole blueprint for change right there. Well, with MLK, the whole fucking civil rights movement. Imagine having that entire blueprint. And we're like, none of that. We can't even boycott Starbucks because now they're fighting for Starbucks because everybody wants the Charlie Kirk drink, which, look, I am a comedian. I want to state now, unequivocally, hot take. It's a hot take and that you've probably not heard. I don't believe in murdering people. I don't want to see people get murdered. But fuck, man, the Republicans had to make it so goddamn funny. They did. Like Charlie Kirk getting murdered, not funny. Republicans' actions afterwards, super funny. So, firstly, I wasn't, I've seen Charlie Kirk's content. I'm not in the Charlie Kirk realm. I don't know what the fuck he says. So the first thing I see is the quote where he's talking about, there has to be, for the Second Amendment to work, there's going to be some unfortunate, shootings and murders and stuff like that.
Yeah.
God damn. All right. That's rough to go down on. You know what I'm saying? Having a quote and then dying from that. But then everybody started ordering from Starbucks. They were like, we're going to go to There was this one. I don't know what it is about Republican content creators. None of them motherfuckers got jawlines. Not a singular one has a jawline. It's always like a butt neck. They got like a butt neck gullet thing going on. But they were like, we're going to go to Starbucks and we're going to order a Mint Majesty tea. And when they ask for our name, we're going to put, I am Charlie Kirk. And then he winks at the camera. It's the corniest fucking thing you've ever seen. It's the corniest fucking thing you've ever seen. But do you know what a Mint Majesty tea is for?
Mm-mm.
It's for when your throat hurts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a comedian. How am I can't just sit here. I don't give a fuck about morals. Like, we make jokes about 9/11, Holocaust, all sorts of crazy shit. Charlie Kirk's off the table because Republican. Look, that's one thing that does piss me off. Stay consistent. If you're like, ooh, I love dark jokes, love dark jokes. Like, love dark jokes. But then when there's a dark joke that you're like, oh, that's what it's fucking meant for. Okay? Yeah. So maybe the next time a politician gets shot in the neck, don't be like, oh, let's all go order a tea that is good for when your throat hurts. Y'all made it funny. What am I supposed to do? I am stating I'm not a Democrat or a Republican, so you can't just be like, this Democrat shit. It's just a regular guy. Also, if you want to shoot me in the neck for that take, you have every single right to do that. Well, not the right. You can do it.
Yeah.
You were in a slightly free country to have the ability. You definitely have the ability to get a gun and shoot me in the neck. You just have to deal with the repercussions afterwards. And as long as you're okay with that, once again, my thing is just don't. Like, if you don't want to get shot, here's the great part about like murder and shit like that. Getting randomly murdered, super rare. Super rare. Normally it's like by like a family member or something, an altercation, shit like that. If you just stay out of stuff, man, everybody that I've known personally that's been murdered, I'm just like,
saw that coming.
Well, what'd he do? Yeah, fuck, what'd he do? All the people that just stick to themselves usually don't get murdered. Once again, if you build a platform, that one Democrat guy who always goes around to the Republican things and makes fun of them, if they shot him, that's what happens. Look, we are human beings. We get angry. We are very angry people. Like, murder is in our DNA. Anger is in our DNA. It's something that we will never change, no matter how progressive or whatever, whichever side, godly, progressive, whatever you got on. Murder is in our fucking DNA. We could start over. We started over from nothing, and this is what we are and always have been. And it doesn't feel like it's a thing that's going to change. Do I think that you should be murdered for your thoughts, opinions? No. Once you start going on a platform and trying to poke the bear, trying to say, hey, you suck, I'm clowning on you, I'm poning on you, and then someone shoots you, it happens. Like, it does happen. What if I went to the Hells Angels Biker Club, and I was like, you guys, look at you guys riding on motorcycles all day, all dumb and shit. You shouldn't be doing this. And then they killed me. People would be like, dude, that's what happens. But, these guys who are fucking making content for hundreds of millions of people in America, you don't think you're going to piss one motherfucker off with that? And we literally are in the South. We have that saying, fuck around and find out. Like, you can fuck around and be in the right. I'm not saying Charlie Kirk's politics are in the right. I'm not saying the Democrats, politics are in the right. But you can fuck around by poking that bear, shitting on the other side, and then when they get upset and angry and do what so many humans have done before and they kill you, don't put yourself in that arena. Like, if you don't put yourself in that arena.
Well, see, I think that's the problem, is that when it happens, the people that, whoever it was, like, say it was a Democrat that died instead, all the Democratic people would be like, see, this is what's wrong with them. But literally, there's a crazy person on each side.
A month before the Minnesota senator got fucking murdered by a crazy Republican.
But and then it's the other side saying, fuck around and find out. And then when it's the other team, then it's like, no, this is terrible. Like, this should never happen. And that's the hypocrisy that I just don't like. That's why I used to be far left, went libertarian, then came back to the dead center of like, and it's not that I agree with both sides or like, I've got my own ideas for all the different stuff. But like, it's the fact that whenever something like this happens, the side that was the victim is then like, see, they're all horrible people, and it happens both
So
times.
my transition, I went from like SJW to center to a little bit right, because like once you're like, oh fuck, the side I'm on is not about love and shit like that. You know, I was a big, I was bro super liberal. Fucking, this is the side of love and shit like that. You shoot over to COVID, you see people making dancing videos of people fucking dying and shit like that. Creators just eating one another for a little for the most like minuscule things, and I'm like, oh, this is not the side of love. This is the side of being holier than thou. So then I go center. But then, you know, you hear like Republicans saying like common sense thing. Crime's bad. This is bad. Being kind of funny. Donald Trump's a funny guy. So then I started to go a little bit left, and then they were like, or a little bit right. And then they were like, oh, we're all Nazis now. We're going to fucking lock up all these Mexicans and shit like that, and we're just going to be fucking crazy. And I was like, oh, fuck. Back to the center I go. So I think it's just good to have your values, to have your morals and shit like that. But how about we make a country where we put economics first? Because here's the thing. There's so many different people that think so many different ways, that values morals. The craziest part is a Republican was like, he was like, you know, witnessing this, you know, it's time, man. We gotta make real significant change and put God first. I was like, that's what so you're just like, go full Republican. That's what we need to do. We've done that. The country was shit. We've gone left. The country is shit. I'm just really starting to think too that maybe, yes, the political people, they're a problem, but fuck, man, we're dumb. We're dumb, and I don't think there's any help for us. Our citizens, our civilians, our population of Americans, morons, fucking dumbasses. They see something, believe it immediately. Once again, something they don't like, they immediately shoot to aggression. Like, they don't know. They just, like, I do not condone someone taking fucking advantage of somebody. But if you're on a TikTok live and someone's like, oh, what's the numbers on your credit card saying? You fucking read out that credit card number, the security code and the expiration date. The fuck can I do to stop that? So that's pretty much the hill I'm on. Look.
Well, see, the majority of the country does not actually participate in politics.
They do. And I found this out. They absolutely do. It is. We are in the vast minority. The vast minority. Every singular person that I thought was centered or...
No. I'm not saying centered or anything like that. There's a lot of people out there that don't give a fuck, period, and just don't get in on it. Like, it's one of those things where it's like the squeaky wheel gets the grease. It's the people that are constantly out there bitching and moaning. They are the people that you're going to see all the things that happen on it. But for most people, they don't even go out to vote. They don't fucking participate at all. They might have a hot take on fucking whether they like Donald Trump or, you know, Barack Obama. But like, you know, so I just skip over fucking Biden because he was worthless. But like,
what if we just sat this old guy here and just like made him say the most incoherent pea soup? You know,
why don't we show the fact that the president really is just a fucking blowhard that doesn't actually have any legitimate power other than being the, you know, the prom queen of like, oh,
Emily
look
knew
at
what
me,
she was
I won.
doing. She knew what she was doing, giving us this. She was like, we're gonna go off the fucking rails with this one. She's fucking sitting there listening, just like.
But that's the thing is, I don't think Americans are stupid. I just think that they have joined a team and they feel like their team is their identity, and that is the biggest problem. Is the second that you are a Democrat or you're a Republican and you can't have a free thought of your own, you're on this team and whatever they say, that's what you got to do. That's the problem, and that's really and it doesn't make them dumb. It just makes them, I don't know.
Everybody knows I'm the optimist of this fucking relationship. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm the optimist.
Yeah, you are.
You are the realist. It's not, bro. Like, people are 100% almost. I would, less than 1% of people are just like, I don't care about politics. I guarantee you that, man. I saw it when Charlie Kirk died. I mean, people that weren't even, never posted anything political, just like these liberals are, and it just takes something to fucking set people off, and for them to actually like come out and say it and stuff like that. And I don't, look, you got two sides of the same bird that are trying to divide you, trying to fucking, you know, get you to hate each other. And y'all just like, yeah. The fucking craziest thing is people will even say it. They recognize it. And they're just like, yeah, but, you know, fuck liberals, fuck Republicans. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. It's just the most goofy goober shit. We're going to get back to this fucking story. I'm so angry. Once again, I do want to say, I do not condone someone dying. I do not condone a father, kids losing their father. When you step into an arena where you're going to piss people off, that is one of the things that can happen.
Yeah.
That is. All right. So this is the post from the Liberal, where they're talking about the crazy guy listening into a window. I will say, between Republicans and Democrats, Republicans tend to be the more crazy. Like, to go to somebody's window and listen. Liberals, they too are crazy, but they go about their craziness in like weird ways, and usually it involves themselves. You know what I'm saying? They're like, I'm gonna cut myself. I'm gonna turn into a girl. I'm gonna fucking they just do crazy stuff. People say I should resign. People say I should be fired. People say I should be prosecuted. Well, I'm sorry that you feel that way. Those same people think that threatening and stalking and menacing will make me be a coward like they are, and that will never happen. I am going to say, though, to go to somebody's window and listen to their conversation and then confront them, that ain't a coward pimp. Like, that is a man. That is some balls. That is some balls. That takes a lot of gusto.
Just imagine being that fucking mad about somebody talking.
But everybody is, man. Everybody is. I can't look. Everybody is. I'm slowly just.
I would
losing
fight
faith.
Nobody over politics. Like, as in, like, you said something bad about the guy that I support. Like, I still to this day am very along the lines of Bernie Sanders. Like, and not that I agree with all of the policies and everything, but he seems like the most genuine human that's not in it for the clout, not in it for like power. And like, you can talk about, how much money he's made, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. But like, he fights for the working class. That's the part that I assign myself to. Would I fight somebody if somebody was talking shit about Bernie Sanders? No. I'll debate him. I'll argue with him. But I would not get in violent fisticuffs.
I like the words Bernie says, but once again, when you're in the government, when you're sharing the same moniker as the other people who are fucking over the country, you're with them. You're with them. That's why I don't give a fuck about an Epstein list, bro. I don't care about the Epstein list. Like, I'm not sitting here like, release it. God, you got to release it. Because here's the thing. Say there is a bunch of Republicans and Democrats on that fucking thing. Everybody there knows exactly who went to the island. They know these guys. They know these dudes that, sleep with children and stuff like that. And then they're just okay with it. So, look, you could just say, hey, we don't want the list. Or you could be like, oh, they're all bad because they're associated.
But you don't think that, like, I mean, that's basically like you saying that you give up doing any of what your current job is because there's bad people that do it, and you putting out good things to try and change that.
But this is the government. This is the majority of people. This is not you're working in, a factory and everybody has different jobs and stuff like that. This is a unified group of people with a literal targeted goal for lobbyists. Like, this is not a factory. This is not a people working in a restaurant. This ain't, a blue collar trade.
Yeah,
this is everybody with the same goal.
The thing is, though, is like, so there should not be anybody that wants to go into politics at all, ever, to like try and change anything. Like, what is how do you do
honestly,
anything?
I wouldn't do it just because if you don't like to die.
That's fine.
Yeah, if you don't like to die, I wouldn't do it.
That's fine for you, but like the thing is like, and I'm not trying to act like Bernie Sanders is a saint or anything like that. However, like, to change it from the outside just being whatever, like, I don't think it's a bad thing. Like, I don't think he is the same as a Mitch McConnell or a fucking Nancy Pelosi.
When they asked him if there should be, limits on congressmen, which is like the biggest thing, we fucking do need that. He was like, we do have term limits. It's called voting us out. You're just the same as everyone else. Just the same. As soon as you say that, you're just the same as everyone else.
So you can't have an opinion. You can't have an opinion at all. Like, you can't have a differing opinion than Mike. Otherwise, you're just wrong.
I mean, that's that's him saying, oh, this is my If you want me out, vote me out.
Yeah. And
ain't nothing wrong with us ancient dinosaurs being in fucking Congress.
Technically how it works. And then if you want to change that, you get a bunch of young people in there that say,
if you don't believe it's all fucking, what they want, I think that everything is by design. Like, we go from Joe Biden to Donald Trump to you go and vote in a fucking midterm. We'll tell you who won.
But you change that by like legitimately getting decent people in there. Like, and that's the problem.
Yeah, but the decent people can't get in there if they don't want you in there. Because all they have to say is you lost. Who's going to go and be like, oh, well, let me look at every singular one. They're like, okay, we'll do this recount behind closed doors, and then we'll tell you who won. And then they come out and they're like, nope, this terrible person that everybody fucking hates, they won still. Versus this fucking person that, actually wants to do well and do good. I mean, literally, Donald Trump won the presidency by saying all politicians fucking suck. Do you not think there's been a lot of people like that have came up like that with that exact mindset that people got behind and they just didn't win because it just doesn't happen. I 100% believe all, and it's not just, I hate because what's so crazy is everybody else believes it too. They just believe a different version. Like when Trump won, all the Democrats were like, it's rigged, you know? When the Democrats won, all the Republicans was like, it's rigged. They rigged the voting.
The legitimacy of rigged elections is the media. The media is the rigging of the elections. Like that is how all elections are rigged, is because they pick the winner before the actual voting begins. Like who's going to run, who's going to be the person. They pick that. That is why Donald Trump became what he was, is because they spent so much time, the Democratic side of things, spent so much time making fun of him and making him into this enigma that he is. They did that. The media did that. And like that's where the rigging begins. Like, yes, technically you could do the tallies, but there is enough people that if it was so lopsided, it would be very, like that would be when riots and shit started happening.
Right.
It is even enough because people pick red team, blue team, and then it's like 50-50 when it comes out voting. Like there is not landslides of either side. Everybody likes to pretend like that.
Okay, so now that we have this, and I'll listen to your opinion. I love that opinion that the media chooses it. Okay, so if voting is not rigged, okay.
I'm not saying it's not rigged. I'm not saying it's not.
I'm saying super rigged, already predetermined before we even start this.
But I hear it has to be minuscule. I get that. It has to be minuscule, like actual differences. It's between 49% and 51%. It's never like fucking 60 to 40 like it used to be back in the day. Like there's
that's
never.
What I'm saying. That's all these elections is. It's very close, but this one won. Very close, but this one won. But now that you say that, okay, and you're talking about how the media is. Telling people kind of who won, they're giving off that idea, getting it in people's minds, who's going to fucking win and shit like that. Can we go back to the people are fucking stupid? People are fucking stupid.
Gullible.
Yeah. Very gullible. And when you have 150 million people, once again, 150 million people voted. How many kids are in this country out of, 350 million? 150 million voted. So then you take in kids, people, fucking sick people, all this other, a very minute portion of the population is the people that are like, I don't give a fuck about politics. Even us, we never talk about politics together. On this, we do talk about it. But then when politics comes up, we get so fucking angry about it. Like, and it gets us into that conversation. That's how good they are at it.
Mind control.
Yeah, they're playing chess, not checkers, bro. Fuck, we get got. And you were witnessing the got that they get us in. So,
and it's a white van this time, not a black van. We see him rolling by.
All right. So if you're reading this and you are one of those cowards, please remove yourself from my friends list so that I don't have to do it for you. That's the corniest thing.
That's a dumb take.
Fuck. If you're one that believes in democracy and freedoms, feel free to like the post. What? You gotta get them juicy likes. Gotta get the engagement going. And I guess this is the other person?
Yeah.
I have to clarify something just because it was a total bunch of bunk. I live next door to the chair of the Democratic Party. It was stated in an article I read that about supposedly my husband was standing outside her window listening to a conversation in her home. 1, he never went on her property, let alone stand listening by her window. 2, he didn't say anything till her husband came out. 3, Jim asked if she was happy yet since Charlie was shot. Did not yell, just asked the question. Husband response was getting there. But that's what I'm saying about the crazy shit, man. Like they're like, he gets killed by an obvious crazy person, like an obvious someone who is not all there. And then they're just like, you happy Democrats? You happy? But then when the same thing happens, they'll be like, you happy Republicans? You happy? Yeah, just gay, man.
Well, that's the wild take is that like people act like it's the whole like Democratic Party that killed Charlie Kirk, or it was the whole Republican Party that killed those senators. Like it is a crazy person.
Maybe we should just get like villain Mike here. So I just talk shit about people. Look, I'll fucking do it, man. Sometimes, once again, I have so much sympathy for people, and fuck, man. Fucking morons. now, like I see like George Carlin posts, and I'm just like, now more than ever do I just understand this man.
Well, he was the greatest because he was like, this is all shit. Like, this is shit. This is shit. And like, he did not pull punches because it, would make some people like, that's one of the craziest things.
But that's what I'm saying with Villain Mike. I just got to stop.
When I see the comments and stuff, like whether we talk about gun control or we talk about, the crazy left and like transgender politics and all this stuff, like everybody's like, well, that's not everybody. Well, yeah, that's not what we're saying. We're talking about the crazy fucks. We're talking about the guy that shot Charlie Kirk, not left-wing people in general.
Thumb locked up right there. That probably looked really cool on the video. Me wiping my face into my thumb, just like, bah.
But it's about the crazy people. It's not like if you identify as a leftist or a right-wing person, that's fine. And we're not necessarily
Dylan,
talking
just
about
be honest. Tell them how it really is, how they really think. If you are a Republican or Democrat, you're a fucking moron and everybody hates you. The other side wants to see you die. I want to see you die. Everybody doesn't like you. You listen right now, you're looking at the phone like, why is Mike talking like this? Because I fucking hate you. I hate you. I hate your family. I hate that's what they're going to think. You know what I'm saying?
That's what they take it as.
Yeah. As soon as you start talking about like one crazy person, you're like, you think the whole side is like this. No, I don't.
And if you think like that, then yeah, you're one of the crazy people we're talking about.
But that's how they think. So just say it like they fucking just, I don't know, man. I don't know what gave us pudding brain. It was before TikTok, though. People would like to say it's TikTok. It was before TikTok. We were getting pudding brain a long time ago.
Well, I think the problem became when there was 24-hour news and talk radio on the radio all the time. And like people got so invested in fucking politics. It was never this crazy until the 90s when all this shit happened. And you had fucking Rush Limbaugh and you had, CNN and NBC, like all these things that just had to come up with fucking news all the time. So you knew, like nobody watched C-SPAN. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Nobody watched C-SPAN. Like a few people that really wanted to be in the know. But now...
Maybe it was reality TV that did it. You know, what's crazy is I think Americans, like, I'm like, yeah, we're fucking stupid. We were pretty dumb, including myself. I'm throwing me in there. Maybe other countries aren't like it. And then last night I watched Trainwreck, Project X, Netherlands, or whatever the fuck it's called. It's where, like, there was this birthday invite and she left it public by accident. So people just started inviting everybody. And everybody was like, this is going to be like Project X. I'm like, oh, you guys are just as fucking retarded as we are.
What?
Great.
Like with that Storm Area 51 thing that...
No, there's another one that I haven't seen that one yet.
So you know about that one, though.
Yeah. Because that was like the biggest fucking meme of that year.
And then like nobody showed up.
But this one, a lot of people showed up. And what's so funny, too, is there's these corny ass fucking Swedish YouTubers. And they were like... the police thought they could stop us. Big fucking mistake. They had that riot done by like midnight. They had y'all.
They scooped it up and cleaned it up.
Bro, they were like, we were fucking. They were like, and one guy was like, yeah. So I just started rioting. So I saw these people bending a pole and I helped them. Y'all don't even know how to do it. Like us rioting, bro, this is going to be a multi-day event. People are going to fucking, like, there's going to be fucking fires and shit like that. It's going to be fucking crazy. It's going to last for like a week.
And they need like full-on military forces to stop us, not a police department.
Yeah, local police departments, like literally not even with riot gear, just in yellow vests. And he was like,
hey, you guys knocked that off.
And it was the corniest fucking thing. Like I said, had it wrapped up so they can have a good bedtime and shit like that. And because at one point they were like, 2 girls died. Nobody died in their riots. And I'm like, that's crazy because we have full-on wars out there. Nobody will die. We'll have full-on fucking wars. In the riots, we'll have wars. You can't do it like us. But then I learned, too, I was like, oh, everybody's just as retarded as we are. The fucking YouTubers were the corniest shit because he's sitting there and he was like, we are going to fuck shit up. They did nothing. Like, they had the whole place also. By morning, they had the whole town cleaned up from their riot.
Gonna go down
because they were starting their own. They were doing their own Project X. Yeah, Americans. Fucking so cool because it was when Project X came out.
What is Project X? I don't think I know about that one,
bro. It's where they had the big party, and it was the one about the humongous party that turned into like a riot. But everybody was trying to emulate that at that time in 2012. They were trying to have the biggest party ever, and so the Netherlands, who I thought were like, you think about it, you hear about them, the Dutch, and you're like, oh, the Dutch aren't fucking mush brain pudding zombies like we are. They are. Come to find out, everybody's mush brain pudding zombies. So, look, I used to say things like coup d'etat and shit like that. Fuck all that. Fuck that. I ain't going into war by myself. I don't believe that no more. Y'all just go out and y'all believe in y'all's politics and y'all believe that's going to create a better life for you and then just get fucked your whole goddamn life. I'm sorry. I'm going to do my own fucking thing.
Well, that's what I've gotten to is I care enough to like at least still have opinions on it. However, like I don't care as in it's at all a thought in my daily process. Like my daily process is
that's what mine's become too. I see something, I don't give a fuck.
No.
Like I don't give a fuck. This whole Charlie Kirk saga went on, then somebody got fucking hung somewhere or something like that. And I'm like,
Had you not told me about it, I probably wouldn't have known for a couple days after it because I do not.
Well, I had the unfortunate unfortunacy of getting on Twitter and then just seeing the close-up video of him getting shot in the neck against my will. And I'm just like, so when I told people, they would be like, yeah, but he's not been pronounced dead. I'm like, I pronounced him dead. I saw the video.
Yeah.
Like, I could tell you, he did not live through that.
When you said that, I went and found the video and watched it.
Yeah, because Dylan was like, oh, it says he's still alive here. I was like, nah, dog, watch the video. He's gone.
Yeah.
I did it. I'm not even I'm not a doctor or nothing.
Yeah, I can pronounce it
right. Yeah, I pronounced it right on the scene.
Well, yeah, as soon as that happened, you're like, no, nobody surprised that.
It's like the JFK thing, too. Like, when they said he was wounded, and then you look at his autopsy, and half his head's blown off.
Yeah.
And you're just like, you could have just said, yeah, bro got fucking murdered right there.
With a singular bullet that went through.
Yeah, look, we ain't going to get in. I don't give a fuck because nothing's going to happen. That's the thing, too. That's why I think going forward, especially with like the politics and stuff like that, we just need to be on like our I don't give a fuck. Fucking, what are you going to do about it?
Well, I think that's the fun part of politics. And like by not being on a side, you don't have to sell a narrative that fits. Like you can sell the legit narrative that is actual like reality. Like with JFK, like he was going to do something that the really powerful people didn't like. And then they took him out. That's not a hot take. That's fucking what happened. And they can cover up and do whatever they want. You don't have to know who shot him. You can just say like, yeah, he was going to do some stuff.
And then Charlie was literally had just started talking shit about Israel and like talking down about some of the things that they did. And then he gets killed. Okay. And then everybody's talking, has the little low key rumor that Israel did it. And then Israel comes out and makes a video and says, oh, we didn't do that. We would never do anything like that.
That's exactly what I would say if I did it.
Like, who would even make that video? Like, nobody would do that. Nobody would. All these people that George Soros killed somebody. You didn't see George Soros get up there and be like, I have never murdered anybody. They did that. And I'm just like, yeah, fucking Jesus Christ. Look, but once again, y'all go outside and y'all yell at each other and y'all get mad at each other. For the next 30 years, ain't nothing gonna change. Maybe, hopefully, y'all go to like a little field in Utah, fight it out a little bit, okay? And then whoever wins, they can bring their dumbass policies back here that I won't fucking listen to. I don't give a fuck. To each their own. Thank you, Emily, for the story.
Yeah.
Don't fucking do it again. Emily's
Mike
just like,
Dillon
yes.
hate politics.
Mike hates everybody right now. Except Emily. All right. This one says, should I take the risk? Hello, Mike and Dylan. Spelt your name wrong again. It's the name of the podcast.
Yeah.
It's the name of the podcast.
And the one that you say every time when we wrap up.
But there is an explanation in here. There is an explanation. I recently separating from the Navy. I'm recently separating from the Navy. Don't thank me for my service. I got kicked out for doing drugs. Makes sense now. All right.
I thank you for doing drugs.
That's why they spelled your name wrong. I'm at a crossroads in where I should go in life. Option A is something that I did before the Navy for 11 years, which is logistics sales, basically being a middleman between truck drivers and customers. The job can pay anywhere between $100,000 and $200,000 $100,000 a year.
1 to 200,000.
Yeah, just fucking because it has the 100 to 200K, and I was just like, fuck. My brain kept wanting to get back on it. However, I have written short stories all of my life and saw my local community college offers degrees in film producing. Not only would this help my writing skills, it would help me turn that into something the public would want to consume on a mass scale. YouTube can do that, dog. You don't have to go to school for that.
Yeah, but if he wants to, he can.
You can, yeah, absolutely. But YouTube can help. Reaching out to people in your community that do the same thing that you can learn from that have done it. That's going to be a way bigger one than the general. You sitting in a class and they giving you the general outline of what you're supposed to do. Go talk to creative people because you can still do the job where you make $100,000-$200,000 a year, and then on your side just be learning how to fucking do that. You don't have to go to school for it. However, if I know if I go this route, I have to give it a make it or die trying mentality, and there's no promises. I can make it big enough to pay the bills. Also, keep in mind, I'm single with no I am single with no kids. Fucking do it then, man. I have fucking 3 kids, and I sit here and fucking struggle because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna fucking do it. You ain't got no kids, no responsibility. Live. Go out and live your life. Go live your life. You can go. And look, the thing is, if it fails, then you can go to logistics and sales or whatever. That's the easiest part. At the end of the day, I don't care about money. I just want to make enough to pay my bills and live a fun life, have enough stories to write a book about. However, my 20s have been so fucked, I do have the urge to settle for the easier life that I know will pay the bills. What should I do? Fucking try. Just do it. Try it. Go for it. Shoot for the moon. Start watching some videos. Start writing some shit. Start posting some shit on Wattpad. Whatever place you can post your stories from. That's also people's, critiques and guidance. And the more you get out there with posting your stories and stuff like that, you're going to meet like-minded people who can help guide you on your journey and stuff like that. If you are like, look, here's the thing. If you do logistics and sales, in 10 years, you meet a lady and then you have kids and then you're like, fuck. You will hit a point where you're like, I really regret not going into that, not trying my passion, not giving it a fucking earnest attempt. You're not going to get old and be like, fuck, I should have did logistics sales longer.
So I'm going to give a different take.
Okay.
The big thing is the bills and everything are going to be there. You have to survive. You have to eat. You have to have a roof over your head. You can't be homeless and then do this. So like if you're making $100,000 to $200,000 a year, it would take you no time at all, really. If you buckle down, keep a budget, and find your way to having enough passive income, whether it's through the stock market or through, retirement accounts or whatever, like go ahead and build a gigantic nest egg. And during that time, unless you're working 60 or 80 hours a week, you've got time. You've got at least another 40 hours every week that you can put into your passion. So continue to do your passion, do that alongside working. And then you're not solely depending on the creative side to make money, because I was watching a video and it is very legitimate. If you were to write your short stories and find success while you're working, you can then step off that working and go into the creative side. But with the creative side, it is a lottery ticket, the same as anybody else. There's a million people out there doing it, and 999,900 of them don't make it, 100 of them do, and it's a lottery ticket. So rather than wagering it all, and a lot of people say like go for it, but those are the winners that are telling you to go for it. They've had success, they've seen it, but there's so many other people that didn't. So I'm not saying pick one or the other. I'm saying do both. Build up a nest egg, save up as much money as you can, live frugally, and then do your creative pursuit and try to hit that lottery ticket. Keep playing that lottery of making a right story.
If you're making $200,000 a year, save up $100,000, get a fucking roommate, and pay $500 a month to live somewhere and fucking write your stories.
Yeah, because then you have money in the bank to actually survive. However, going straight to doing it, yes, you don't have kids. Yes, you don't have a significant other. That could happen at any time. You could find the girl that just, you're like, oh shit, I want to be, I want to be with you and I want to build a family. However, nothing is stopping you from working that job and then working the second job of doing your creative pursuit at the same time. That's ultimately how I built my business originally. Was I was working full time and then I did projects for businesses outside of that time. And, I did reach success more so after I left that job, but it wasn't anything holding me back other than my mentality of like, oh, I need to leave this job to do this. If I put in that much effort while I was working my job, I could have had that business up and running more successfully, but it was kind of, I was half stepping.
Right.
But if you don't have anything else going on in your life, go for both.
Half stepping is better than goose stepping, I've heard. Did you get that?
Yeah, but there's a lot of people that listen to us that love goose stepping.
Oh, well, let's come along for the journey. All right, so this next one says, my buddy's divorce. My buddy got married to his girlfriend, who he was married to last summer, who he had been with for 9 years. My buddy got married to his girlfriend, who he was married to last September. Found out this week their marriage only lasted a year before they decided to get divorced. Asked my buddy about it, and he didn't really answer the question and just sent me nudes of his ex-wife. That's it. That's all.
That's the whole story.
That might be why. That could be. But look at her, dude. Look at them titties. Like, that's the funniest shit I've ever fucking read. Oh, God.
I'm not going to use these anymore. It's so wild, though. Like, I don't think I would ever send...
Oh, yeah, never.
Like,
I would never send nudes of my wife to my friends.
well, even, like, ex-girlfriends that I had that I was serious with for a long time, like, no, never, ever.
All right, so Ricky from Oklahoma has found someone in another group chat that needs
He's
advice.
just submitting some stuff.
Once again, I found someone that needs advice from a Facebook group that I'm in. I lost my job about 2 months ago, making a lot more money than my wife. I have some side gigs now, but not making as much as I did. About 2 weeks ago, I found my wife was stealing from her employer. Then why am I making more than you, bitch? Like,
Yeah,
steal
steal
some
more.
Yeah. Between the estimated restitution amount and the lawyer fees, it's way more than I have in savings. Her parents are bailing her out, and my wife made me feel guilty that my parents aren't helping. Her parents are in a better financial situation than mine. I can't stand her mother, and because of all this, she is pretty much controlling our lives and making us move in with her and her husband. My wife wants me to give her mother some kind of custody rights to our kids. Is this what? Is this a good idea? Yeah, well, I'll pay your $500,000 fine.
Give me them kids.
Give me them kids. I'm gonna molest them. I'm at my wit's end and about ready to leave, but the only thing making me stay are my kids. Fucking pudding brain moron. I ain't giving you no fucking advice. I'm not giving Ricky the advice to comment to that guy either. Look, Ricky, if you're fucking that pudding brain, she wants custody of my kids. What do I do? Fucking, I don't know.
The whole story doesn't...
Jump off a fucking building.
It doesn't
That's what
even
you
make
can do.
sense. Like, the wife is stealing money.
Stop having kids. Stop giving that fucking retardation to the goddamn gene pool. That's what I think. Like, what the fuck? Well, she wants. What do I do? Should I give her custody of my kids? Like, my wife said I should. What should I do?
Yeah, leave the wife.
Yeah, fucking. I'm sorry.
I'm not usually the person that's like, I give up on this. But like, your wife is a thief, and then she's trying to like pawn your kids off to your mother-in-law. Like, no.
Yeah, while we have the villain Mike episode, I'm gonna say what I say, and then Dylan's gonna give y'all real advice. So, you done with the real advice?
Yeah.
What a fucking turd. I guess that dude has a polished turd for a brain, I guarantee you. That man would jump off a building, his head would explode, shit would go everywhere. God.
I lucked out in the mother-in-law department. My mother-in-law is awesome.
Your mother-in-law don't want to give you money for custody of your kids?
She doesn't have, we're all self-employed people, so we're all broke.
Right, yeah. All right, so this one says, clogged a girl's toilet, then proceeded to smell a fishy smell. Warning, a little graphic. Should have put that before the title.
No.
Proceeded to smell a fishy cooter. That's how I hate the word cooter, dog.
I've never used it.
I don't like cooter, and I don't like crotch.
I don't mind crotch.
I don't like crotchy cooters, man. All right. Was 19 at the time. This is 2010. So one glorious day, I was helping a friend of a friend move into their apartment. In the process, I met a pretty chick friend of theirs. They were having a party that night, but I was already going on a date with another girl that same night. The girl, which I had just met, asked me if I can give her a ride home the next day and we can get to know each other. I was single, so whatever. So I headed out to my original planned date, which went very sideways very fast due to Taco Bell. I pulled up and met her parents. They left and went out, so the girl and I ended up staying at her house and just watched some movies. I got to go up to use the restroom and clog their toilet. Water started to run over. I tried to plunge it, but the water kept rising and my shit started to get on the floor. It got a little out of hand. Embarrassed enough, I decided this date was shot all to hell, so I walked back to the living room and told her I had an emergency and had to leave. Got back to my trunk and instantly reached in my cooler, grabbed a beer, and went to a friend's house a few streets over. You can imagine the texts and calls I got 5 minutes after I left. I even had a text from her dad threatening me the next day. I never replied to the girl or dad. Fast forward to the next morning, I went to pick up the girl I had met previous, and she said she was down to fuck. The second she got in my truck, she gave me the old gawk roadhead, like I was going to pay her for it. No, I didn't. But damn, that was the best head I ever had to this day. Praise the Lord. Is this Ricky?
No.
After about an hour drive, we got to her house and went straight to the room. I was ready to go. But as soon as I started to pull down her britches, before I could pull down her drawers, a smell of after sex, condom cum, and dog filled the room. I stopped and noticed she had a bottle of Tito's vodka on her nightstand and took a big old swig and couldn't shake the smell. Boy, was she fine, but my God, she got passed around that party like a bottle of scotch the night before and probably didn't shower. So I did what anybody would do and faked another emergency. Picked up my phone and fake answered and said, my buddy is stuck in a ditch. I got to go pull him out. She asked to come along. And I said, nah, go shower and I'll come back. I didn't go back. She called for a few weeks after that. She forgot something in my trunk. She lied. I avoided probably an STD. Moral of the story, don't shit at a girl's house and don't give rides to girls you hardly know. We didn't even have to give advice on that.
I just don't understand. Like, you
I think God did everything right.
No, he didn't. He shouldn't have fucking... The fact that you can't shut off a toilet.
Oh, yeah. To plunge a toilet is... Bro, do you know how viciously you would have to clog a toilet for it to be unplungeable?
And, like, get your poop knife out and cut up the poop.
Doesn't everybody have a poop knife?
Yeah. But, like, to not... That's the thing that I don't understand about people is when they panic. Like, there's a water shutoff on a toilet. So if it's overflowing, shut the water off. And then clean up the shit. Like, I'm guessing homie
Why
just...
don't they call poop knife shit sabers?
I mean,
a shit saber. Look, that sounds so good.
Poop knife is a pretty cool term, though.
Shit saber is way better.
What if it's not a saber? What if it's just a knife?
What's the difference?
I don't know. But I imagine there's a difference.
I imagine there is a difference. I don't know. Swords have so many names. They'll be like, this is a katana. This is a...
See, a sword would actually work better because then you don't have to get, like, right up on the shit. Like, you're never going to get shit on your hand.
I love how
like,
shit sword is right there and sword's such the easiest one, and I went with saber.
Well, saber is a cooler word, but...
It is. Saber.
Between
saber
sword
wolf.
and saber. Oh, but, like, poop knife is, it's ludicrous enough, so it's...
Potential spam. Very important. Very important. Look, guys, I got an emergency.
Calling about your extended warranty.
All right. This is where I would put the title. If I had one. I get the joke. Oh, with love, Chris. Nice. All right.
My name's Chris.
My name is Chris. Hey, Mike and Dylan. I hesitated writing in with this story because it's a bit heavy on my mental state. But no one died and no one was raped. You're talking about how fucked the justice system is what made me send this in. I will start by saying that I am a Christian man, and while I don't often fail, I try to live my life biblically. I'm also a Southern man who strongly believes in the castle doctrine. It's all coming together, brother. Goddamn, the pieces are falling into place. Who'd you vote for, buddy? One night, my wife and I were laying in bed watching TV. We had just put our 3 kids to bed and finally had time to ourselves. We have 2 dogs. One is an outside dog, Xena, and the other inside, Toby. We had a pretty big fenced-in backyard, but Xena is an escape artist, so she would go to bed in her kennel. It was around 11 p.m. My wife had went out to put Xena in her kennel and lock up the house. By the time she came back to bed, we heard this loud banging on our back door. Thinking Xena had gotten out of her kennel, I walked to the back door. To my surprise, a giant man was standing on my back porch trying to get into my house. Look, this is what gun owners live for. This is the time. You'd be like, all right, I'm giving you a warning. Bang, bang, bang. I give him a warning. Like that. This is Christmas. I told my wife to call the cops. The castle doctrine's right there, dog. I kept telling the guy he needed to leave because if he came inside, I would arrange a meeting with God. He then grabbed one of my patio chairs and started hitting the door with it. As soon as he did that, I walked to my bedroom, grabbed my .44 Magnum. As soon as I got my hand on the revolver, I heard glass shatter and my 3-year-old daughter started screaming. The man couldn't get in my door, so he smashed the bedroom window and came in. Why is he getting so far in this pursuit? And you have a .44 Magnum.
Well, he just went to get it. He didn't take it to the door with him. So.
I cleared my entire house in 2 steps and held him at gunpoint. I couldn't follow through with my promise because I couldn't do it in front of my daughter. Go to the next room, pumpkin. Bang! What was that loud noise? No, nothing. It was that book falling down. The man was cowered in a corner, staring down my barrel. My wife got my daughter out of the room. The man and I stood in checkmate for what felt like an eternity. The first officer came in my house, and I directed him to where he was at. The man resisted arrest, but was taken into custody. At least you got to watch him get beat up a little bit. Afterwards, while an officer was taking my statement, he told me that while I was in my full legal right to end the threat from human to human, thank you for letting him live. After that, we didn't hear anything for weeks. I tried to go to the police station to get any information, and they wouldn't give me any, saying it was a private matter.
No,
it
involved
damage.
my house.
Yeah, your house has been damaged. It's not a private matter. Eventually, the local crime page on Facebook posted his mugshot and charges. They charged him with misdemeanor trespassing because it was less than $500 worth of damage, like they hadn't had to pay for the window to be replaced, and they let him out Monday morning. This event took place on Saturday night. I spent weeks regretting letting him walk out of my house. I feel like every house he broke into after mine was on me. I could have stopped it, and I didn't. I looked him up and found he had a list of burglary charges dating back 15 years. It took about 4 months, but we sold our house and moved out of the country.
County.
I'm stupid. At first, I thought this was going to be like, should I go kill him, Mike? Yeah, buddy. Go fucking go kill them. That's the right thing to do. Yeah, if somebody's at the door, they don't have to get into my house. Like, I am defending my house I don't know what this guy's about. I'm going to be lethal, because if you're trying to break into my house while you know people are in there, I'm going to assume you're trying to be lethal.
Yeah.
That's all I can assume. That you knew people were going to be in this house.
I'm here telling you, stay the fuck out of my house. Like, at that point, if you keep pushing, that's on you. It's your Charlie Kirk thing. Like, you know what could come of this. Like,
right, you understand, especially at night when people are home too. Like, if you're a burglar and then you hear somebody and you fucking scatter off.
Yeah.
Once you start breaking something and you know people are home, you have bad intentions. What are
you going to do? What, like, while people are there, you're just going to pick up the TV and leave? Like, show me where all your jewelry... Like, yeah, you will have to hurt somebody in this scenario. So, yeah, you're up for getting...
execution.
Yeah.
All right. I spent weeks... sorry. The day we signed our paperwork, I made an anonymous post on the community Facebook page explaining the situation. 2 hours later, the police chief called me and admitted they had let the guy out on bond, and he skipped his court date and they can't find him. The chief sat on the phone and listened to me chew him out about how the department dropped the ball on this whole ordeal. They always do. I have since came to peace with the whole thing, and my daughter no longer has night terrors about something coming in her window while she sleeps. That's another thing, too. You let him walk, that causes trauma to wife, kids.
Well, but killing him also does. Like, that's one of the issues. Like, I can definitely see...
But then you don't have that night terror of him coming back.
No. Like, it's such a tough scenario, because... Ultimately, I think he did make the right decision not to just execute the guy. Like, that
He's probably he had to be on drugs or something like that. He thought he was going into a house with a woman and a couple girls.
I think it would have been far better had he taken the revolver with him to the door initially, and then just popped one or two off so that he did not make it in the house.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to have his ghost outside.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to have him haunt the backyard. Maybe don't go into the backyard at 10 o'clock at night.
Well, and never jump through the daughter's window. That's when it becomes traumatic.
Oh, wait, he went to the daughter's window?
Yeah, that's...
Oh, yeah, we're not even having a conversation at that point.
Well, that's the problem, though, is his daughter's in there.
Oh, yeah, you just grab your daughter, but go on bonking. She can have my room now.
Yeah,
I'll go sleep in the...
That's the traumatic part.
I'll go sleep.
Shoot through the door.
I'll sleep in his bloodstain. I'll have a little fucking sleeping bag. I'll sleep next to his bloodstain every night. I don't give a fuck. You try to hurt my kids, that's it. I have no sympathy for you now. Like, you could be...
Well, he didn't try to hurt the kid. He came through the window of her bedroom. Like, he didn't try to hurt her. He did not. Like, that was not the story that was told. He did not pick up the daughter. He did not touch her. He came through the window.
He's coming through a window with a little girl screaming. You don't think he's ready to hurt somebody? You think he's just trying to get into this house?
I'm just saying he didn't. Like, he physically... There's no evidence of him hurting anybody or doing anything.
I'm going to keep reading. You can assume somebody has that intentions, though. But in the back of my mind, there's still a little something that eats at me and tells me any crime he commits is on me. It's not at all. He's a terrible fuck. And even if he would have got charged with something, most he would have done was 5 years and then got out and still did it. Good luck making jokes on this one. I can't wait to hear them. With love, Chris. Chris, it is, in my opinion, if that happens again, just... Especially if he's like trying to come through a kid's window. If you start breaking my house to get into my house and people are saying, don't come in. Next thing I know, I just started blasting like this.
Well, that's the problem with the scenario is like he was not set up to handle the situation. And like that, you can talk about how you would handle it in the same scenario. The issue is that he did not perceive it as a threat initially, went to the door, dude's trying to break in, and then he had to go back and get his firearm so that he could then handle it. But by the time that he got it in his hand, the dude had come through his daughter's window. And so, like, it's either traumatize your daughter with murdering a guy and like self-defense, but you kill the guy, and then you have that on your conscience. Yeah, I'm not going to kill
anybody in front of my daughter. That was 100% a good call.
Yeah. And then once you have him subdued, like he's there and you have your gun on him, killing him right there, technically, yeah, you have the right to protect yourself. But at that point, it would be murder because he is now, you have neutralized the threat. He is there, not coming towards you. Had he tried to come towards you again,
I'd at least pistol whip the fuck out of him.
Yeah. No, like that's the part that...
I wouldn't do that at my house, though, because we have a fucking, like an one of those old ass Mossbergs, and I pistol whip him and blow my head off by accident. And then he's like, oh, fuck yeah, shotgun to kill his family.
Yeah. Well, and that's the best home defense weapon. Is
Absolutely,
to
because
have
you can be scared, and that's something too. Like if Amy gets out of bed, and you just got to grab it and kind of get in his direction.
yeah,
That's it. Just you get it, you kind of get in his direction, and threat neutralized.
yeah, and that's the trouble. Like I think the dude made all the right calls. Yes, it's very unfortunate that he did not go initially to the door with a weapon, because then threat neutralized outside the house. As soon as he comes in, your daughter's already traumatized. Like you can't take that back. You know, she would be scared with the whole scenario playing out anyways, but the second that he's in, she sees him, like it's a fucked scenario.
My daughter would be like, I'd be like, get out of the room. She's like, oh, Dad's gonna kill him. I'm gonna watch. Like, she's a goofy goober, but she'd be like, because we were at
Can I shoot him once, Dad?
Yeah, it was at a gas station, man. I started jawing at somebody, and like I turned around to see, and I mean, she was lit up like a Christmas tree. She's like, "Are you about to fight somebody?" I was like, wow. And then she gets home and tells her brother, and he's just like, "Oh, I wanted to see that." I was like, guys, it's not like violence is not cool or anything like that. Also, it's been a long time since I could have got my ass whooped. How would you have felt seeing me get my ass whooped? Unless it was like, I would have laughed.
Thanks.
Okay. Yeah,
Preach.
thanks, daughter. God, that is so great. But listen, guys, next episode, we probably won't have Villain Mike back. So we might. I don't know. He might get pissed
Villain
off.
Mike's always sitting right under the surface.
He's sitting right under the surface, man. He just wants to come out. I'm exhausted with people. Fucking. What I should do is I should wait until a large crowd of them gather, and then I should look.
See, with that story though, like the real villain in that, like the real villain is the perpetrator. But then the second
judicial system.
Yeah, like why the fuck is somebody allowed to break into your house and then literally get out on bail like within 24 hours? You know the guy's like, and he's got a history. Like those are the type of people that you don't give fucking bail to. Like, hey, dude, you've broke in for the past 15 years. You've done this over and over again, and we don't think you're going to show up for.
My favorite law was the one where if you got like 3 felonies in separate instances, you got life in prison. I don't know why we don't do that. Because obviously you're never going to learn your lesson.
But it also, like, you can get a felony for drug charges, possession. Like, so yes, it becomes like you do life in prison because you had too much pot. Like that is a problem. Like that should not be a thing that we face.
Just
like,
write that one out. I don't give a fuck. But I like the 3, like I like that. That's the one I do like. Because if you commit a felony, and then 2 years later you commit a felony, and then 2 years later you commit a felony, we're just going to assume you can't change.
See, my thing with any of the judicial system is the second that somebody is like traumatized, the innocence is taken, any violence towards somebody, those are the ones that, the penalty is like substantially higher. If it is like you stole from the gas station, you fucking took some money from work, all that stuff, like, yes, you can still get in trouble and everything. However, nobody is going to be like up having nightmares because you took too much money out of a cash drawer.
$2,000 from the biz. I woke up again. Oh God!
But you take
everybody's embezzling.
You take a gun and then threaten the cashier. Okay, now yes, you do serious time. But like you steal money from work or anything.
Man. What we should do is we should make like a little fucking island for them. Just send them out there and they can kill each other.
All the politicians go there.
Create like a little game show for it. You want to be a goddamn mush brain. And fucking you can't get shit together. I understand it's rough out here, but there are just some things you don't do. Like, once again, if you're stealing to get by, you're not stealing enough where it's a felony. If you are like there are crimes where you're trying to live, and then there's just crimes because you're a fucking bad person. But yeah, along the lines of what you were saying, like
once there's a victim,
once there is like a victim, you have taken somebody's innocence, you have harmed somebody.
Yeah. Those should carry way, way higher penalties, and they don't.
Onto the island where we're going to have a death race. If you live, and they win, they're like, oh, fuck. It was 2 months long. I had to kill 200 people. Oh, it was terrible. What do I win? Chance to do it again. You get in the next death race. And you got a weekend.
You're not dead. You're not dead.
You got a weekend.
You're good.
Oh, you're going to feed me? No, you're going to stay on the death. You could eat people. I don't fucking know. I'm not a criminal. I'm not going to fucking... Mike was in trouble with the law. For shit other people did. And then at one point, I was like, I'm done living a bad life because I see that, like, literally, it was like, this is jail. It's so boring. You don't want to do this. And I was like, I don't want to do that. But for somebody to just be like, I'm going to do it again and again and again, the same thing that I fucking did before.
Yeah.
guys, if you want to submit a story to us, if you want some advice, or you just want us to read something, you can submit it at mikeanddylan.com, MIKEANDDYLAN.com. We also have a subreddit where you can join us and join in the conversation of laughter. Villain Mike won't be in there. As soon as I go outside and smoke a cigarette, Villain Mike will be gone. But guys, I love you so much. Dylan, you got anything to add? All right, then later, potatoes.
Later.